Welcome to Voice of Niger TV Daily Newspaper Review, where you get the insight of both local, national, and international newspaper front pages.
I welcome you to Voice of Niger TV Newspaper Review. I am Fatima Abdullahi Mohammed, and remember, today is 19th of April 2022, and I'm here with different newspapers, both international and Nigerian newspapers. What I'll be giving you are just the headlines. If any of the headlines fascinates you, go to the nearest vendor and get a copy of the newspaper and read the full story. Let's begin with Daily Independent newspaper, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. Airline loses 22.214 billion naira in 6 months to denial of AOC. It has about 3 riders. Stakeholders blame National Assembly for airline woes, say action undermines powers granted regulatory agency. AMCON should pay 43 billion naira at risk debt. That's coming from ministry source. People blaming Buhari are behind banditry in Imo, says Uzodinma. You can get that from page 7. Presidential pardon. Disband anti-corruption agencies instead of embarrassing them. That's coming from Wike, and you can get that from page 6. Troops neutralized IPOB and ESN gunman in Imo. You can get the full story from page 6. $418 million Paris Club loan refund. State warns federal government against tampering with allocation. And above the nameplate of Daily Independent newspaper, suspend 2023 elections, install interim government. That's coming from Afe Babalola. Please begin probe into alleged sexual abuse in Chrisland schools. It has riders. Lagos government shuts down schools. That's all I'll be giving you from Daily Independent newspaper. Let's move over to Daily Trust, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. Section 84 steps Section 12. 53 commissioners. Orders resign in state at Buhari's ministers stay put. It has about 3 riders. Ngige declares for presidency today. It's against the law to remain in office. That's coming from Fagi. No big deal. That's coming from Kari. We can see a picture where the East London Mosque is serving more than 500 iftar meals a day during Ramadan 2022 following the lifting of COVID-19 restriction. Alright, police probe alleged rape of 10-year-old Lagos Chrisland school pupil. Why federal government is yet to deploy to Kano jets to Northwest. That's coming from presidency. You can get that from page 7. How unruly fans mad Kano Pillars homecoming. And lastly, ISWAP fighters attack security checkpoint, Q2 in Maiduguri. ISWAP fighters attack security checkpoint, Q2 in Maiduguri. You can get that from page 6, and that's all I'll be giving you from Daily Trust newspaper. Alright, from Leadership newspaper, I'll be giving you the following headlines. World Bank suggests steps for Nigeria, orders to avoid death distress. You can get the full story from page 7. Don't tamper with $418 million Paris Club funds. States tell federal government. You can get that from page 7. Igbo presidency. Southeast leaders want concessions across party lines. You can get that from page 4. It has about 4 riders. Ohanaeze to meet Southeast presidential aspirant as Ngige declares today. PDP scrabbles to reduce number of aspirants. China denies backing Amechi for president. Office of the president has been reduced to nothing. That's coming from IPAC. Oni Laos Amechi's leadership credentials. You can get that from page 13 as Lagos shuts Chrisland schools over juvenile sex scandal. You can get that from page 13. And above the nameplate of Leadership, presidential tackles Bishop Coker, asks him to join politics. You can get the full story from page 7. And lastly, death toll in South African flood hits 443. Others missing. The full story can be gotten from page 6 of Leadership newspaper. I have National Economy newspaper and I'll be giving you the following headlines. Rising cost of building materials, orders unsettle Nigeria's housing targets. You can get the full story from page 4. $418 million Paris Club refund. AGs warn federal government against tampering with funds. You can get that from page 5. Over 79,000 traders get liquidated as Bitcoin falls below $40,000. You can get that from page 5. Bua Food shareholders to receive 63 billion naira dividend. You can also get that from page 5 and above the nameplate of national economy. Weak oil production hampering economic recovery in Nigeria. That's coming from World Bank, and you can get that from page 4. And that's all I have for you from the National Economy newspaper. Over to Nigeria Tribune, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. Afe Babalola to federal government. Suspend 2023 election. Set up 6-month interim government. You can get that from page 23. It has about 3 riders. Proposes new constitution that will provide for part-time legislators. Wants next president to be healthy, educated, not more than 60 years old. Says Nigeria faces bankruptcy due to activities of corrupt leaders. Lagos bans military checkpoints in Apapa, outlaws 9 illegal checkpoints. You can get that from page 27. World Bank alert on danger of rising death, inflation. You can get that from page 6. $418 million Paris Club refund. States want federal government. You can get that from page 2. APC, PDP, APGA, orders notify INEC on presidential convention. It has about 2 riders. PDP to hold primaries May 29, APC May 30 and 31st. SDP 7 orders to keep mum on dates. You can get that from page 25. We can see pictures of Chief Afe Babalola and the President Muhammadu Buhari, and also Mahmoud Yakubu, the INEC chairman. And above the nameplate of Nigeria Tribune, Dubai sex tape. Lagos shuts down Chrisland schools. You can get that from page 2. And lastly, 2023 governance relegated as politicians jostle for tickets. You can get that from page 22, and that's all I'll be giving you from Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Let's move over to Al Jazeera Nigeria, and I'll be giving you the following headlines. APC to adopt indirect primaries. You can get that from page 24. It has about 2 riders, 7,800 delegates to decide presidential candidate. NEC to rectify position in Abuja tomorrow. Security is everyone's business, says Stalin. You can get that from page 2. Imo passing through trying period. That's coming from Uzodimma. You can get that from page 15. 10 banks to pay 7.02 trillion naira fine over CRR violation. You can get that from page 26. And lastly, 2023, Afe Babalola calls for election suspension, advocates interim government. You can get the full story from page 11, and that's all I'll be giving you from Al Jazeera Nigeria newspaper. From New Telegraph, I have the following headlines. States to federal government don't tamper with $418 million Paris Club loan refund. You can get that from page 3. Presidency to Kuka. Inflammatory comments dividing Nigerians. You can get that from page 8. Sexual molestation. Lagos shut Chrisland schools indefinitely. You can get that from page 2 and 26. It has a rider. Nigeria's blame school bad parenting. Insecurity, Buhari should seek external assistance. That's coming from Professor Shoyinka. You can get that from page 10. Party differences should not make us stupid. That's coming from Wike, and you can get that from page 2. And above the nameplate of New Telegraph, Ukraine war, World Bank cuts global growth outlook. You can get that from page 25. And lastly, smugglers lose 8.93 billion naira goods to federal government. It has a rider customs in Deliver over decomposing items. That's all I'll be giving you from New Telegraph newspaper. And lastly, from the Nation newspaper, I have the following headlines. Don't deduct $418 million Paris Club theft from allocation. States caution federal government. Senators, reps to court. Sustain Electoral Act 84 subsection 12. It has a rider. Lawmakers file grounds of appeal. Ask for accelerated hearing. Why economic recovery is slow by World Bank. And above the nameplate of the Nation, outrage over people's gang sex in Dubai. You can get that from page 2. It has about 5 riders. Police launch probe. School shot. Knocks for Kuka NEF. You can get that from page 5. Sanwo-Olu gets green light for second-term ticket. You can get that from page 27. And lastly, food prices soared in March. You can get that in page 7. And that's all I'll be giving you from the Nigerian newspapers. If any of the headlines fascinates you, kindly go to the nearest vendor and get a copy of any of the Nigeria dailies and read the full story. We've come to the end of Voice of Niger TV newspaper review. Do join me tomorrow for another interesting edition of newspaper review. Until then, please don't forget to kindly subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social media handles. I am Fatima Abdullahi Mohammed, and I'm saying bye for now.